you want to kind of introduce?
Yeah, I don't have too many notes on you, Connor. So all I have is you're a stick, a legit golfer.
The handicap? What's the handicap here?
So, we just got out of member guest season, so I have to keep it at a decent spot so that I can compete. But I normally fluctuate around that +3 range, somewhere in there.
Just the fact that you said member guest season knows he's on a different level than us.
Yeah, we're trying to be the guest invited.
So what club are you at?
I'm not. I get invited.
You're the guest.
You're the ringer.
Yeah, I enjoy being the guest. You don't have to pay as much. Hopefully the people I play with don't hear that. But no, I this year I play in one at a club called Oakmont, not the real Oakmont, obviously. And it's here in the just north of Dallas. It's a lot of fun. I actually played there this morning. It's just a good club, a lot of fun members, and I play in it, and we never win.
Really?
So, yeah, it's tough, but we have a good time.
So let's just start with because like us, we've got the Be.Still Golf trying to just make this into really our goal in career. So let's start with like the beginning of Holesome Golf. Like, was it you and some buddies that you already golfed with, or did because like our group, for instance, I knew Zach and we golfed together, but like I just had met Brady before and we were already golfing, so it was like a new group of buddies kind of.
All right, and you've worked in the golf industry a pretty good time too, right?
Yeah, I've done just about everything in golf. I started in retail after I went to college for about 45 minutes, decided I didn't like going to class.
Who does?
I was working in retail at a Golf Galaxy, met my wife there. Decided while I was there, I was like, hey, where in golf do I want to go? And so I became a club pro, and then tried to play a little bit, played some events professionally, and never did anything spectacular, just played in some stuff here and there. And from the club pro, I was on staff with Strixon at one point, and they had a fitting position open up, which basically would lead into a rep position, which is what I wanted to do. And I jumped on it and did that for a year. And now I am a territory manager for Strixon in North Texas.
Oh, wow. And so how did that lead into the Holesome Golf?
So, yeah, sorry, I just skipped that question.
No, you're good. You're good.
So Ryan, I know you guys may have listened a little bit. One of my best friends in the world is Ryan Hughes. He's in Arkansas. Him and I had talked about starting a podcast, and it was more just to like get away from real life. There's things in life that are tough, and sometimes you just want to talk about golf with your friends and just ignore the rest of the world, right? So we had talked about it for a while, and I said, I think the biggest thing is we need a cool name and logo. And originally I had told him, I kind of want it to be a faith-based podcast. And he said, I agree 100%, but we want to, maybe instead of having it, strictly faith-based, maybe we just, you can see it and hear it through us that we're believers, and that will bring other people to us that maybe we can help. And so that's kind of the idea of Holesome is, and Ryan is the one that came up with the name and logo. He sent it to me and I knew instantly, like, I love this. I love the logo, the name, everything about it. And when he sent it, I was watching Ted Lasso, and I don't know if you guys have watched Ted Lasso. It at times is the most wholesome show you've ever seen. And it just, a lot of it, just the word wholesome just really stuck with me. And then he kind of made it, our own little spin and made it the golf version. And so him and I kind of started it. Brad is a great friend of mine as well, great player. He's the one that really pushes us, because if it was Ryan and I, we'd be like, dude, we have this great idea, but it'll take us like 6 months because we'll just talk about it and hang out and not, we just want to spend time together instead of actually, move forward. So Brad pushes us. Trent is kind of the same way. Trent is one of my best friends. All the guys are, but Trent, he helps push us. He also knows more on the technical side of things, as well as Ryan. I don't hardly know how to work my Instagram, much less edit a video or a podcast. So basically, I don't know why I am involved. They don't need me. I bring guests, I guess. I don't know. I do have some connections in golf and things like that. But it was really just for fun. We didn't have a real goal. I think once Brad got going, he kind of realized like, whoa, like we could turn this into a career potentially, maybe not, but like, it definitely could happen. Just like you guys are doing great. You're growing out, your content's awesome. And it's like, we need to follow in your footsteps if we want to be successful. And so we've got some plans and some things that we want to do moving forward, but it can be tough. 3 of us have kids, and full-time jobs and all those things. So we'll keep plugging along and see if you never know when you're going to post something that blows up. Right. Yeah. And that's kind of what we're looking to do eventually.
That's what we had Josh Mayer on early. He's Josh Mayer on. Yeah. And he was saying that like he was just posting and then he went to bed, woke up one night and like one video had like 6 million. Yeah. 6 million views, just a random video. And he said from that, his followers grew to like 600,000. And just because of that one video, like, and he didn't know it was going to go viral. He just went to sleep, woke up the next day and it popped off.
And moved, right? Then he moved to Dallas.
Yeah, he moved and just went to the career. It was just that one video.
Right. It's crazy. In Dallas, there's so many guys that are doing, like the good guys are here. Busta's here. Josh is here. They're just a lot of guys in Dallas that are making this their career, which is kind of fun. So hopefully one day we'll start.
Maybe or Florida, either one.
Florida, we got to move somewhere.
It's all about the income taxes.
Yeah.
Or Tennessee, either of the 3.
That's with us. It's so hard getting everybody together but some of y'all are separate. Like you said, he's in Arkansas.
Yeah, Ryan is he's on staff with a church in Arkansas. And he does some amazing things with the church, and I've begged him to move here so many times. It's not what's best for him and his family, obviously. So he's doing better work there than he would, if I forced him to move here. So we just make it work. Hopefully, my wife and I will cruise up there and maybe Ryan and I can shoot some content, things like that. We'll just do our best to make it work. And if something comes of it, then maybe he will move. You never know.
Yeah, that'd be sick. It's about to get harder for us. By the time this video airs, the people will know that Zach's going to be a daddy.
Yeah.
So he's announcing it this weekend. He's announcing
it's not on the socials yet. Or Joni, today is 17 weeks, 3 days.
So about to be a dad. Wow. By the time this video comes out in a couple of weeks, the world will know Papa's dad.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. We're just rolling with it because
I work about to get harder.
Yeah, I work in human resources. So I have like Joni to provide with.
Yeah.
So it's like I can only golf every other weekend max. Yeah. And even then it's like, will you hang out with me?
We're just trying to get all the clips we can from every piece of content we put out. Like we try to make it look like we're constantly filming, but it's so hard, like you said, to get out there and do it when you have families and whatnot.
We tried to film one, Brad and I, and it was like late afternoon and he showed up kind of rushed and we didn't hit any range balls or anything. And Brad is a very, very good player. So I don't want to knock him, but I'm the guy that can show up and you can be on the tee box and I can sprint to the tee box and it does not matter. I don't need to warm up. It's just, I've always been like that. Yeah. It's probably a good and bad thing. I don't really know, but Brad is the guy, like he needs to hit some balls, just kind of know where it's going. And we were going to do a 9-hole match and he, literally the worst I've ever seen him play. I beat him in 5 holes and I was like, Brad, we can't put this on social media. So I felt bad for him because he honestly, he beats me most of the time. Like I would say he's a better player than me. And so it was kind of just a weird deal. So we've got some other stuff coming. We're lucky Trent that helps us. He's a part of the group. He doesn't just help us. I don't mean to sound negative. He's definitely a part of the group. He is his dad's a director of golf and they have a 27-hole facility. So we'll use his facility and shoot some cool.
Oh, that's nice.
That's sick. Yeah. So was it all 4 of y'all at the Buster Jack event? Was it the Holesome Golf guys?
It wasn't. No. Trent couldn't play. I believe he was on his honeymoon, which is a little more important than playing golf. And then
Maybe.
Ryan didn't come down. Luckily I had some ringers that I brought in that played with Brad and I. Honestly, everyone on the team, they're all about the same as me. So, we had, our team was pretty solid.
So what'd y'all end up shooting out there?
20 under, right?
Yeah, I think it was 20.
Because we were fighting for par.
We were 2 under, weren't we?
Yeah, we were 2 under. We were fighting for par.
It was tough that day. The conditions.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you this. I've played that golf course probably 100 times. So it's a lot different for me because I know the golf course super, super well. And I love it also. So like going there, I'm super comfortable. And we made some putts we shouldn't have. I literally made maybe 100-foot putt. And
oh wow,
it was for one of the par fours that we drove it on like the edge of the green, and I made it. And I'll be honest, like I was joking with them. They were like telling me where to hit it, and I was like, guys, it's 100 feet. Like I'm just gonna hit it. Like And then I stopped and I said, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna make it. And they were like, just hit the putt. And they're like making fun of me. I hit it and I start walking after it like I knew it was gonna go in, and it went in. And I was like, like if we would have had it on film, people would have thought it was fake. It was just,
that is wild.
And then 2 holes later, Brad he made a 4-iron on one of the par fours. It was like one of the really hard par fours, and he made it we were in the rough and he made it. And I was just like, it's just like when those things happen, it's just your day,
I think like, was it hole 3 or 4 was like the world's longest par 4 to me. We had to drive, still had like 220. And for us, we're like 15 handicaps. So long irons are not our strong suit. And almost every hole was like a 4 or 5 iron in for us. But that hole was like, we hit a great drive. Well, wind was in our face, hit a great drive, and you still had like 200 something yards in. Like, this is wild.
That's when we rely on Brad. He's just really solid, and he hits it super straight. So like long irons, he always hits the green, and then you don't have to worry about it. Like if you're on the green, like you got a chance. And so, that day was really funky. Just after Brad holed the 4-iron, the next hole was that short little par 3, like over the water. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the closest to the pin was like less than a foot. Like whoever hit it was less than a foot.
Oh, it was the PXG guy that was behind us. He put it to about a foot.
He hit it super close. And so I hit, and we filmed this one just because we had just seen Brad hole out, and we're like, well, we might as well start filming something in case it goes in again. And I hit it, and like we didn't even react because we were just numb coming off of his. The ball pitched and went between the hole and the closest to the pin marker. Like it was that close. Wow. And then I stopped like 2 feet behind the hole. So like, any normal day you would have been like, oh my gosh, go in. But we were like so numb, I guess, because of the hole before. We didn't even think about it. And then we got up there, and the guy that was watching was kind of laughing, like, you almost made it. So
I wish I would have filmed y'all's round then.
We should have. Yeah, we should have. To be honest, at that time we were just, I know Mason. I played with him in the USAM qualifier. Kind of helped him get the Strixon deal. They're playing the Divide, and kind of helped them with that. And he invited me to that event. And at the time, we weren't even thinking about doing videos. Like we wanted to talk about golf, and if people listen, cool. If not, we just got time to hang out and talk about golf. And now we kind of want to do it a little different, kind of like what you guys are doing, and we've been kind of looking up to you guys and how you're doing it. And so
appreciate that.
You're the first. We're usually following in footsteps.
No, you guys are awesome. So if we, moving forward, hopefully we'll put some cool stuff out. So
and our big thing is just keeping it family friendly. It's cool for us. We played the 14-year-old kid a while, and after the round, his mom was just like, "Thank you all for being a Christian influence on YouTube and stuff like that."
And for the game,
it was such a cool moment because there's a lot of stuff now. Like I have a 11-year-old and a 9-year-old, and I have a little girl. But if they sit on the couch with me and they watch, foreplay or even Bob Does Sports, I'm like, oh, y'all can't even enjoy this with me because your mom's gonna kill me if they hear what's being said on the TV.
Right.
But I know they can go in there and watch our videos. I'm not worried about anything that any of us say.
We're kind of the same way. That's kind of the goal, is like keep it to where anyone and everyone can watch.
Yeah.
If I say something that my mom wouldn't like to hear, then it doesn't need to be said.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
um, I just think it's that's the route we want to go.
And I think it brings in a whole new audience. Like we always talk all the time that it's crazy Foreplay has some of the sponsorship deals they have
I know.
just because of their language on the videos or any of the podcasts. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if they weren't a part of Barstool, I don't think it would fly with a lot of, especially like TaylorMade.
Well, it's wild.
But
yeah. Professional companies that are like all about professionalism.
yeah, they can say whatever they want. Anything.
It's just entertainment. Like Brady loves Foreplay guys.
Yeah.
I'm like,
okay with them.
yeah.
I like No Laying It Up, Eric Anders, and some of the more relaxed.
Brian Bros are my number one. No Laying Up and Brian Bros. Those are my two right there.
I'm kind of the same. No Laying Up. I listen to a lot of the Fried Egg. I like to hear about architecture. So, yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. Foreplay, I'll listen to it, or I really enjoy Trent. I think he's wholesome. Like I think he is who he is, and I think that's pretty cool. And not that the other guys aren't, but like you said, like he's just, to me, he's a little more watchable.
He feels like one of us to me.
Right. Yeah. And and one thing about them though that I think is neat, no one cares what you shoot, right? Like just because I've been a good player, I've had a little success or whatever, that doesn't make me better than you guys. It doesn't mean that I can talk about golf better than you or bring content better than you. It just doesn't. And I like that about Foreplay, because people will comment about like, you can't break 100 and you're making millions of dollars off this or whatever, something like that on Twitter or whatever. But it doesn't matter though. They're bringing entertainment, whether it's great golf or not great golf. People are watching and they're enjoying it. So who cares?
Yeah.
So
I do always. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just said I do respect them for that. Like, because it's not like they're tour players. So
yeah. We always talk about how none of us care now what score we shoot. Like we play so many scramble and 2v2 rounds that when it's time to play a solo round, it's over.
Oh,
I couldn't tell you. I mean, we played one solo round in 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. So with us, it's just easier to film scrambles because we're trying not to be slow on call. We don't want anybody mad at us when they see us pull his camera out. So I was like, okay, let's figure out how we can do either 2v2 scrambles or 4-man scramble. And so then finally we go play our own balls. And we're like, oh my gosh, we're terrible at golf. So we've just been relying on everybody the whole time.
I played too many competitive rounds in my life. Now I want a partner every time I play.
Yeah, agreed.
And it's like the stress of having to play well on your own ball isn't that much fun. So
yeah. So do you think Strickland is about to get more into the content creator world? Like, really, I haven't seen much from him until the Busted Jack deal.
I don't truly know. I hope so, because I feel like a lot of viewers, I think like Busted Jack's getting as many views, and they're not even the biggest ones out there, obviously.
Yeah.
They're getting as many views weekly as the PGA Tour gets with ease. And at least, during the week, maybe not on weekends, but what they're doing, they're getting a ton of views and people are playing what they're playing. And I think it's important. We also signed Reggie Bush, so we'll see.
Oh, wow. Oh yeah. Get him his Heisman back. He deserves it.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I sure hope so, because I think it does matter. So I guess we'll see.
So are you clubs? Are you a Strickland guy too? And Cleveland wedges and all that?
Yeah, through the bag.
Is it because you work there, or do you really love the product?
Okay, I'll answer this. I love everything we make. The new driver that is coming in January is the best one we've ever made. Typically, I struggle to play the driver, and you see that on tour, like not that driver. The new one is good. So you're going to see some guys using it. Hideki used it right away. Brooks won on live with it. There's a new ball. I don't, if you guys haven't tried it. I know you guys use Vice, right? For balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for there's a new ball and like maybe you tinker with it, or if you find one or something, the Z Star Diamond, it's, in my opinion, it's the best ball I've ever played.
We could try it. I tell them all the time, I'm not loyal to anybody but my wife and family. And so I will try anything that shows up.
I'm the finance guy. If it's a business
Yeah,
decision.
that's what he said. It's always a business decision.
If Liv called us tomorrow and said, leave your families,
I can't do it.
we'll take a year,
There's a line somewhere.
$10 million each.
Oh my God.
That'll change when that kid comes out.
Yeah, when that kid comes. That kid.
But we're just business decisions. And the reason we haven't, I mean, I feel like Vice is a big brand for us.
Yeah.
To try to work with, but like Trixon, TaylorMade, Titleist, some of them just feel out of reach for content creators to try and get anything.
Yeah.
When I reached out to our marketing department about Mason and Cole, I said, hey, I just want to send these guys, get you guys connected, whatever. They kind of acted like I was crazy. And no knock on our marketing department. They didn't know who they were. And she said, they said, well, we've never even heard of them. And I said, well, here's their content. Here's what they're doing. I said, on top of that, put all that on the side. They're great people. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, that's important. They're very, very watchable, and they're very kind in person. I've never had any, I've never heard anyone say anything negative about them. And they just, every time you see them, they're smiling. And I think that's important. And so I'm glad it worked out. I would take all the credit for it, but it's not me, it's them.
And that's how they treated us when we walked up. Like, we had never met them prior to the tournament. We've been in contact on Instagram. And
oh my gosh, his mom came up to us and said, I know you guys, and gave us a hug.
Yeah.
Miss Angie. And like, she likes all our stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
Yeah,
that's
they're
cool.
great.
Yeah, they're neat people.
Yeah.
Are y'all planning on being there next year if they do it again?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they will.
For sure. We would love to. I mean, he's told me a little bit. I don't think he's released any of it to public yet, but he's got some plans that are going to be a little bit different that I think will be really cool. So it'll be fun.
That was our first guys golf trip.
Yeah, we took 2 teams.
Yeah,
we beat the B team. Yeah, it was all that mattered to us.
So
next time, you guys got to tell me like dates you're coming. I'll line up golf course before and after, and that way you got a bunch of places to play.
Yeah, we would love to.
You played Indian Creek, or you played Frisco Lakes, right?
Yeah, we played Frisco Lakes. Was it the Trails of Frisco?
Trails of Frisco.
We played both of those, and then we played the night course.
Par 3.
Louisville.
Yeah, I think Trails, was that the one we went when it was like storming? Trails?
Yeah.
I like that course the best, I believe.
They said they had no business all day because people thought it was going to rain all day. And we had the course to ourselves.
Yeah, it was sick. Oh, did we lose him?
Maybe.
Oh,
no, there he is.
Are you still
He's
there?
back.
You still there?
Yeah, sorry, the internet's going crazy.
Yeah. And it's storming here, so I don't know if that may be what it is too.
Perfect.
So what's some upcoming stuff for Holesome Golf? What do y'all have planned? Can y'all let us in on anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been talking with the guys. Well, I'm sure you guys saw today, or if you haven't, you will soon. Liv is going to be allowed to play in the Masters. So hopefully they'll get together. I sent them a text, said, hey, we should hop on and chat about this. Post a video about it. We are going to try and have you seen the European Tour events where they try and make a hole in one? They like, hey, here's 500 shots.
Yeah.
One of them. So we're going to kind of put our own spin on something like that. We're going to go out to Trent's dad's place, hopefully when, maybe they'll lock it down for us to use one of the 9 holes, and we'll use a couple of the par 3s or something. We want to do one from obviously if you set up at 150 yards, we're not on tour, so we're probably not going to make one in that 500 balls or whatever. But if we set up shots from 50, maybe like a 25-yard shot, see how many shots it takes us to make it, 50 and 100, and do something like that. And just raw reactions, honestly, because I mean, I'm a goofball. I'd be the first one to say this on the golf course is just where did it even come from? So hopefully it's entertaining. I know Trent will be super entertaining doing it. So we're going to try some of that stuff. It's supposed to be cold here for a while, so I'm not sure when we'll get to it, but hopefully soon. And then Brad and I are going to play against Cole and Mason, and they're gonna.
Wow.
They may get mad at me for saying this, but probably not. They want to do like a revenge. The guys that won our tournament, we're going to play them 2-on-2. And
Oh, that's cool.
nice. Yeah.
yeah, so we're going to try and take them down. That should be a really good match. Obviously, they're really good players, and
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun. So
Are you going to Gentle
looking forward
Creek to do it?
I sure hope so.
What's the closest you've gotten on that long par 3 over water? Is it hole 9?
Oh yeah, hole 9.
Oh, 9. Yeah, it played really hard that
Yeah,
day.
it was.
So a normal wind that's downwind, and that back pin, you can literally hit 9-iron. I mean, it's not.
Oh wow.
It played
7 for
completely.
you.
The hate.
So yeah, I've actually funny story about that hole. I was playing. It's probably only been 6 months or so with one of my friends, and he played professionally. He's a very good player. He hit to the same pin we were playing that day. It was downwind. He flew it in the cup, and you heard it, saw it. Everyone saw it. Flew in the cup and then went in the water.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that would hurt.
Do you count it?
Good. Now I was
Can't
like,
count
nah,
that.
you lost the hole.
How did it go in the cup and come out? That's crazy.
It was nuts. So
You got to blame that on the greasekeeper.
Yeah,
He did
that's
something-
maintenance.
Yeah, that's maintenance. He did something to the cup.
I've never
Oh,
made
yeah.
one, so wasn't me.
Same. We were actually texting the other week about there's a local like first tee program here in par 3 course, and there's like 105-yard hole. We're like, that's the hole we need to go do a hole-in-one challenge on. Is 105 yards.
I just
don't
think it
know.
sounds so much fun.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get out there and do it, but it'd be fun to try it and see what could happen.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to watch y'all's video because I want to see.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Some sticks.
We can see
compared to us.
what scratch golfers, how long it takes them, and we try to beat that. That's
There you
what we'll
go.
do. But yeah, we'll have. So y'all travel a lot by chance? Or do y'all stay kind of in Texas?
We haven't, no, but I've got some fun trips lined up. I'm gonna go to the tree farm in April.
Oh,
Same.
yeah, that's
We're
what
part of the TBC collective. I've got my
Yep.
head cover up there.
So in typical Holesome fashion, one of my best friends, I've met him. This is the wholesome part. I was playing golf in Houston, and he's gonna play through us. We were like, hey, you're a single, and he's wearing a TBC belt. And I said, nice belt. And I'd already hit, and so it was a par 3, and we're driving up there, and he got out. He's like, do you know what that is? And I said, yeah, I've been following him for years,
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, really? And so he was like, do you mind if we just play together for the rest of the round? I said, yeah, sure. So we played together, and then we got done and we had lunch, and turns out he's Zach Blair's architect.
No.
Oh my gosh.
So all of the pro shop, the building, his name is Alex War, and
Yeah.
you'll see him. Everyone
The
calls
fried
him
egg
Warbird.
pot. Yeah, we
Yeah,
listened to the fried egg with him on there.
Yeah, he was just on with Brendan. So he's one of my best friends. I talk to him every day. He's a great human, and I mean his work is incredible. When depending on when you go, I'm not sure like when the buildings are going to be done, but at some point you have to see them. Like his
That
work
clubhouse is going to be crazy.
is crazy. I mean, it's so good. And
Yeah.
so it's really cool, and I'm super blessed and lucky because he'll send us stuff kind of in our group text about, hey guys, this is what I'm working on. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
And so we'll see the renderings before anyone else. And then
wow.
Zach will post them, or someone's going to end up posting them. And it's super, super cool. It'll be last year I went with him. We played Ballyneal at Colorado Golf Club, and we enjoy playing golf together, and he's just a great dude. So we're going to do Tree Farm, Palmetto, Aiken Golf Club.
Oh my gosh, what a trip.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, super lucky and blessed. It's just, I'm really looking forward to it. And the way we are, you better lock the pro shop because we're coming for it.
If you need a caddy, just let me know.
Yeah. So
Well,
I've had this.
I mean, hopefully you guys get to go. I mean, it sounds like, you got some plans and maybe
We're
it's
planning for it.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, maybe you can confirm this, the ringer, I'm hoping he's gonna have it at the tree farm. That's one of the main reasons I joined the collective, is so I can get invited to the ringer. Cause I've
so
watched the videos. I have this, not a obsession like creepy way with ZB, but I just like love his stuff. And so I've
he's
been
great.
following him before the tree farm, and all this. And like, I was like, I've got to get a part of that collective because I've got to get to the ringer. And so
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's
So
where it's at.
I've got two unfortunate ringer stories.
Okay. Oh no.
The one that was at Sweetens during COVID,
Uh-huh.
the individual one, I signed up for, paid for, everything, ready to go. My son is born and COVID hits. Well, when COVID hit, they went ahead and moved it back because of COVID. And then they were doing it where you were playing at night some, and they lit up the golf course, which is super cool. And COVID was still pretty, it was still here pretty strong. And my son has special needs, and if he gets a respiratory infection, it gets really bad. So I had to bow out of that one just because traveling and then coming back and seeing it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Alex wins it. He wins.
Yeah.
And then, or no, you know what? I'm sorry. He didn't win that one. The next year I didn't get the invite, probably because I bowed out. They're like, no. So they had it at, I believe it was Mid Pines. Alex won that one. And then this year was the 2-man ringer, and Alex and I was signed up, same thing. And it's like 2 days after I would have gotten home, my son had a surgery, and it didn't make sense to be gone the week before because there was pre-op and all kinds of things that we had to go through. And so I bowed out of that one, and Alex and his partner won again.
That's crazy.
We're both TBC collective members now, so we're hoping for another 2-man invite.
Hoping. It would make my day if we got one. I already told my wife, I said, no matter what, I'm paying. Savings account's getting drained if I have to. I'm going on that trip.
Even if it's just inside the ropes.
Yeah.
We could be the media.
But like, I just love, and that's part of like loving No Laying Up. They have that connection with ZB, and and so it's just this whole group of people that I'm like, I love the way they view the game of golf. I love the way they portray it. And even Zach, it's like, he's not the super like Brooks Koepka, like a jerk kind of in my eyes. I think Brooks is a clown. ZB is kind of like, he loves the game of golf. Like I feel like if he could choose, he would be a architect / builder / whatever, then the golfer.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. He just, the game in general, he loves.
Yeah.
And it's just a part of his life. And he doesn't do it to make millions of dollars. He does it because he loves it. And I think it's great. And I've seen him, I don't know ZB personally, but I've seen how he interacts with Alex, and it's dude, he's just a great dude.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we get there. Hopefully you'll be at the next one, and nothing will come up and you'll be able to be there.
Yeah.
Or if you're looking to play some of the Friday reviewed courses, our local home course, the Fields.
He was just there like a month or two ago. Andy was down here. Them and they had an event. Him and was it B Draddy? They were here.
Yeah.
At our home course, the Fields, and they did a whole thing there. So if you're ever in LaGrange or the Atlanta area, you got to let us know.
Yeah, I'll for sure. I like to take road trips. Like my wife and I will take road trips. So you never know. We might cruise your way at some point. We can link up, and I know Brad's down. He's begging for a golf trip, so we can make it happen.
We got the Robert Trent Jones trails here in Alabama. It's a great trip.
I've heard they're really good. That would be fun.
And Zach's got extra bedrooms if your wife can.
Yeah, 2 are available right now. 1 shortly.
Yeah. So Brad needs we can split y'all up. Somebody at somebody's house. We'll house y'all, whatever. We just want to hang out and play some golf.
Yeah,
Couch
for sure.
Is good if you're okay with golden retriever hair.
Yeah, he's got them big dogs.
It's same in my house.
Well, sick. All right, Zoom's telling us we have like 3 minutes. So I wish we could have got. We'll just have to have you on again and talk about the rest. Talk about everything.
Yeah,
else.
I mean, if you want to keep going, we can, or whatever you want to do.
I'm just afraid it'll probably.
It'll cut off.
Yeah. Well, what we can do though is, we love having guests on. So in a couple weeks, if you're cool, we'll try to get you on again because I'd love to talk about the tournament and the all that stuff.
Yeah, our foundation's I think it's cool, but it's done really, really well. So we would love for you guys to be a part of it. It's last year, we started it last year. We had an event. We had 260 players there.
Oh, wow.
And we raised $25,000 last year. This year's gonna be a little bit different. Do you like country music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brady really does.
yeah, Brady likes some of the almost folk country.
Yeah, that weird country. That's Brady. I wish he was here.
Yeah.
that Charlie Crockett stuff. That's Brady all day.
Do you know who Cody West is?
I don't know. Do you know Cody?
So he's kind of like, he's come on the scene recently, but he's from here. He's from where I'm at. And one of my good friends, his roommate is Cody's manager. And so he's going to do most likely a private acoustic set after the tournament.
That's going to be sick.
So we'll play golf, have lunch, or it'll really be closer to dinner, and then private acoustic set. So we'd love for you guys to be there. You can film it. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You
Me
know,
and Zach
I
are
know
always down to fly. We'll throw them Amexes.
Yeah, we
real
got
quick.
the Sky Miles card.
Sky Miles, we're ready to go.
And if not all of you can make it, I can put you with good dudes, you know, good players and good people, and they'll, you know,
that's all we need.
We'll drop the other two. Me and him are there. when is it? Usually, when is it, or when's it going to be?
It's April 10th. So the biggest issue is it's the day after Easter this year.
Easter, yeah.
So if you can make it happen, obviously we would love for you to be there.
We'll try. We'll see. We make it.
We'll see what we can do.
Me and him love to travel, so we'll figure it out.
Perfect. Yeah.
Well, thanks again for coming on, man. We loved it.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I love y'all's content. I'll be watching and listening, and you know, if there's anything I can ever do for you, please let me know. And maybe we'll do something different. We can have you guys on ours, or you know,
absolutely.
Me and Brad, you you know, something like that.
Us two are reliable.
Yeah.
The way our marriages are set up, we're pretty flexible.
Yeah.
Some of the others have to do coaxing,
Yeah.
get a little workaround.
Yeah. But we love to be on.
Well, I appreciate you guys, and just keep doing your thing. We love it.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Connor. We appreciate it.
Y'all take care.